cool. All right, and we're back. Here we go.
We're back again?
We're back again.
Oh.
Dude, episode 3. We're getting far. I think this might be a thing.
Is it a thing?
We're not going to stop at 2. Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. So doing good. Hope you guys like the new pops that we got. Okay. This is where the magic happens. Like what you did. You put up the Berserk poster finally.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can really see it because there might be a glare, but there's a Berserk poster up there. I forgot who the artist was, but I'll figure that out later.
Yeah, the studio's coming together. I like this. Getting a couple upgrades. So, Crunchyroll Anime Awards.
Yeah, that just happened.
It just happened, and honestly, just like what a lot of other people do with other pieces of media. I didn't watch it, but let me talk about it.
I did watch it though.
Okay, there you go. So we're not just gonna go into it without anything. In my defense, is because I didn't watch much anime last year. The only thing I watched was Kaguya, JoJo Part 5, Shield Hero. That's about it. And Promised Neverland. That's it.
I definitely watch way more than you.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get back into it, but it's I watched 2 episodes of Demon Slayer last night. It was like that spider fight, the first part of the spider fight. It's getting really good. I like it. But yeah, so going back to the show, to the Anime Awards, I did skim through a lot of the highlights. I'm very aware of all the winners now, but we're gonna go through it one by one. Yeah.
Do you want to actually? Can I kind of talk about the awards a little bit first before we jump into it?
Honestly, go for it. Because you're more knowledgeable than me right now because you actually had it going and you on it.
Yeah. So I had the awards playing, not last night, or I guess when it was airing, and I kind of watched it afterwards, and it was. I feel like you can agree that in the past with the Crunchyroll Awards, people have been very apprehensive about it. They kind of already know what's going to happen. In the past, it's been kind of like, there was one year it wasn't like My Hero swept everything. And
I think it's like beating a dead horse at this point because I personally don't think it's a funny joke now, but the whole like, Crunchyroll Anime Awards. It's gonna be everyone's gonna be salty, and the whole salt on everything is such a played out joke in the anime community.
It is, point. But everyone is salty in the end. However, this year, the awards were actually, I would say the anime or the nominees that were nominated for these awards were pretty diverse for the most part, and the awards that were given were not bad. I was actually surprised with some of them. Like some of them were pretty well deserved. Some were a little questionable, of course. I kind of went into it thinking Demon Slayer was gonna sweep everything, and it didn't necessarily sweep, but it did win multiple awards.
So did you vote? Is what I'm asking.
I did vote. I don't remember what I voted for off the top of my head, but as we go through it, we could talk about it.
Yeah.
There were a lot of, I think overall with the awards, it wasn't bad. It just. It's still such a low production to me when I watched it. It was there were kind of awkward silences. The audio was kind of muffed up at times. There was a point where they kind of like, hey, let's go hear from this person from Brazil. I think it was Brazil. And like, it was just like music playing over, and there was no like speaking whatsoever. Like they were obviously talking, get interviewed, but it was all just the music, and they're like, yeah, okay, that happened. Overall, though, it wasn't a bad award show.
So, what number award show is this? This the third one?
I think this is the 4th one.
4th one? Oh my goodness!
This is the 4th one. I'll talk a little bit more at the end after we talk about the awards. So, let's just jump into the awards part.
Yeah, we'll jump into the awards part. There's a lot more I have to say in terms of just how I feel about award ceremonies, not just like Crunchyroll awards, because there are a lot of other people who hold their own award things overall.
Yeah.
My only last thing is you told me that you could vote multiple times.
You could vote once a day, I believe. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like in the end, people are gonna spam vote what they want. I think it's kind of shitty, but people are going to find a way around it to get their thing to win. So in the end, I don't think it matters that much.
Right. Okay. That's the way I feel about it too. Like, that's cool that you can vote multiple times, but I always believed in the whole, like, you get a one vote and they kind of like make it count kind of deal.
Yeah, you'd hope it'd be like that.
Because at that point, again, this technically is a popularity contest. What was the best of their category? But because there's no way to objectively say this show had the best.
Oh, none of this is objective. It's all subjective.
All subjective. So the thing is, it's at the point of like, sometimes some people will probably like watch only one anime and be like, all I did was watch a Demon Slayer last year.
I'm gonna vote for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for that. And it's almost as if in order to be qualified, you need to have watched everything. And that's kind of hard for some people to watch every single thing.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't watch everything either, but I was able to vote for things that I did like.
That's good to know. Yeah. So, all right, let's take a look at this now.
So the first category that they announced, we probably won't be talking through this in the exact order that they were going through. We're kind of looking at the laptop right now.
Yeah. We're just gonna go for this.
But one of the first ones that we're looking at, and I believe it was actually the first or second award that they gave out, was Best Animation. And the nominees were Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan Season 3, Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, Sarazanmai, Vinland Saga, and then Fate Grand Order. The winner of this category was Mob Psycho 100, and I think that was well deserved.
Okay.
Mob Psycho was crazy this past year. So, every single episode was like final fight worthy animation.
Really? So yes. I remember you suggesting it to me. So I've seen the first season of Mob Psycho. Love it. I think Mob Psycho this topples over season 1.
It excels. It's way better than season 1.
That is really good to know. Yeah. So now I'm even more excited to watch it.
And Mob Psycho season 2 was just outstanding.
That's really good to know. That's really good to know. So all the other ones, I remember you suggested to me Vinland Saga.
Oh, that's great too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I hear a lot of Vinland Saga was probably one of the ones that some people said online got snubbed the most almost. I don't know. Like, again, I haven't watched everything.
I agree and don't agree, but I can see why people would say that. Right. In this category specifically, I would not give it to Vinland Saga. Like I said, every single episode of Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 was final fight worthy. Right. Like the Sakuga or like just the animation in general was so fluid. It was so amazing to watch. Like every single episode, I was blown away.
That's good to know.
That's why I think it was well deserved.
So it's almost as if like Mob Psycho, because in the first season it was already amazing. Yeah. And the thing is, now that you say that second season topples over that,
I mean, you can keep talking. I'm just gonna turn off the heater because I'm gonna turn it off.
So I think that's the one thing I kind of missed out on in terms of just this entire award ceremony, because did you watch everything on here?
I would say I watched majority of it.
Okay. You said that, I remember one time when we were going to Anime Revo, you watched like there was one episode in Demon Slayer that was trending because it had like the craziest animation in this one fight.
Yeah.
I've seen people complain that they said that episode topples over Mob Psycho 100.
I'm not sure if it was part 1 or part 2 of season 3, but there were definitely moments in Attack on Titan that just like the animation was outstanding. So to me, the reason why I feel like the other shows kind of didn't stack up to Mob Psycho was the fact that kind of like in Demon Slayer especially, Demon Slayer overall had, you know, decent animation throughout. Like there wasn't anything like weird about it. Like UFO double.
I say ufotable.
You
fold the table.
Yeah, ufotable. Overall, they did a great job. However, the thing about Demon Slayer and sometimes Attack on Titan 2 is that the good animation or like the outstanding animation that people talk about are in those very key moments. You know, like a lot of time in anime, like, you know, like One Piece, like a lot of the show, like long running shonen.
Like all the focus goes into that.
Yeah, all the focus goes into very specific moments. Whereas Mob Psycho overall,
almost every single shot was
like
just
almost every single thing was high animation. Like it was great.
Almost like a movie.
Yeah, sure.
Because like when you look at anime movies, you get one shot at it, so you just have every single frame needs to be perfect. Every single shot needs to be done well, even if it's something as simple as the characters talking.
Yeah, I mean, just overall, like, you just gotta watch it. Like, just trust. If you haven't seen Mob Psycho at all, watch Mob Psycho 100, and then watch Season 2. Season 2 is one of those, like, golden sequels that just somehow are greater than the first season.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So for me, yeah, I'll eventually try to watch all of these. I can't really give my opinion now on it. I mean, it's from your selling point. I agree with that. Like, Mob Psycho is one of those standout anime series that always has good animation. If season 1 got me sold, then obviously season 2 is gonna be something I'll rave about when I get to eventually. All right, want to move to the next one?
Yeah, you can start this one.
So this one is best, or we can go straight into best boy, and it looks like the nominees for this one. So it says Bruno from JoJo, Golden Wind, and then Hyakimaru from Doro. Yeah, I clearly know what I'm talking about here. Kanacha Hojishima in Astra Lost in Space. I never heard of that. Mob from Mob Psycho. Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. Then Naru...
Machi.
Machi.
From Danbaru.
Yes, dude. I'm glad Danbaru had some presence here in this anime's awards. But it looks like Best Boy was given to Tanjiro. So... out of all these ones, I've watched. I did watch half of Dumbbell, and I read the manga on that one. And Tanjiro winning it. I mean, I'm biased, obviously. I really think Bruno should have won that because Bruno is like legit, like the guy from like Part 5. He is like the bro from Part 5. You want to talk like. Yeah, we know that Tanjiro has resolve. I already see that watching halfway through to the show. He wants to save his sister. He wants to fight. He's like, very honorable, very kind. I get that. But if you want to talk someone who laid his life down for a cause that he wasn't even sure was going to fully work, Bruno is the guy. Like, out of all these people, even though I'm not too familiar with half of them, of all the people that I'd want supporting me, Bruno is the one.
Sure.
So I'm a little upset that Tanjiro won it. But I think Bruno deserves it, in my opinion. I mean, come on, resolve, man. That's what that dude is all about.
I mean, to me, this category was kind of tough. I haven't seen Astra Lost in Space. I watched pretty much everything else in this category. Bruno is a great choice. Machi, sure. I wouldn't say he was the best choice for this category. But between Tanjiro, Mob, Hyakimaru, and Bruno, it is tough. Hyakimaru, I think, was just like a good boy because like he went through a lot, and a lot of his stuff, like, he was very innocent. He was learning about the world for the most part. He was going through a lot, and you just wanted to root for him throughout the series. Mob, he's trying to improve himself. You want to root for him throughout the series. Tanjiro, for me, he was very kind. He was such a kind person. Everything that he did was out of kindness. He looked out for his friends. Like you said, he had great resolve. But also Bruno, So to me, I'm not upset that Tanjiro won this category, though I would have preferred Mob or even Hyakimaru to win.
Okay.
But mostly Mob.
And it's hard trying to gauge what their qualifications are for a best boy, because you have, other than they need to be a boy, I feel like the one that kind of stands out is kind of like, why is he here, is Amachi. Just because, like, he has the face of a boy, but the body of a man. Exactly. Like, let's put him in there because he's the most disciplined, most kind, and supportive, like, personal trainer, and then just look at him, he just bursts through all his clothes. And I love that shtick. That's why I love Danbaru, not because of the skimpy girls. Like, that guy, like, he's just... The one thing I like about him is, again, just like Tanjiro, just really kind, and, like, just... really simple comedic factor of him just like bursting out of his clothes. But you could argue that if that's his only qualifications in him, and that's kind of what I see now even as I read the manga, that's like his only redeeming quality, which kind of shuns him out because it seems like everyone else in this category has some sort of thing that they're really fighting for. So but then again, I don't know who else I would put in here in terms of best boy. In all honesty, I probably would replace Machi with the blonde haired dude from Kaguya.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, I can see that. Yeah.
Because if there's someone that needs to be in this category that's from a rom-com, I prefer him more because, the dude was in love and he's trying to... We know his feel on that. Like, I just think he was a lot more resolve trying to make Kaguya fall.
You think he'd fall more into the best boy category than Machi?
Yes.
Okay.
Really good with my words today. All right, so let's get controversial and get to best girl.
Is that the next one in the? Oh, yes. It is. Yeah. Oh, so, okay. So this is one of those categories. You know, like, you know, people will fight their lives for their best girl.
They're dying on so many hills right now.
Yeah. This is definitely one of the most controversial wins in the Crunchyroll awards.
You can say that about any Crunchyroll.
Well, I mean, no, more so this one. Like all the other ones, like at least some people are like, yeah, I can see that, or you know, like at some point, like this. What am I trying to say? So
I don't know, just take a deep breath. It's okay. Best girls is really tough subject.
Yeah, best girl is just a tough subject. It is in general.
Okay, so
anyway, let's just get into it. So best girl, the nominees were Carol on Tuesday.
Who?
You can't. I'm sorry. Chika from Kaguya-sama, Emma from Promised Neverland, Kohaku from Dr. Stone, Nezuko, no surprise, and Raphtalia, so from Shield Hero. So our winner for best girl was Raphtalia.
Can I cheer like woo? Just because we're not allowed to.
You can. So I don't know. So to me,
I got to hear your side of this.
To me, best girl was tough. In my opinion, the kind of outlier from the outliers, because I didn't really see it that much, were Carol and Kohaku. To me, they weren't necessarily like when I was watching. I didn't necessarily see them as best girls or even best girl material sort of thing. Maybe some people more so for Kohaku. So
I know who Kohaku is. She's
from Dr. Stone. She's the companion, like the tough one.
Yeah, she was the girl that they first find when they were going towards the village, right?
I mean, no. He's the girl that he saves her from being under the tree.
Yeah, okay.
But
and she's in charge of her. Oh yeah, the other first girl was the guy he's in love with. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a different girl.
Okay, my bad.
But Raphtalia. So Raphtalia was kind of controversial for some people. In my opinion, I think it's because there is kind of like this divide in the anime community for Shield Hero in general, and so people don't want Raphtalia to win because
it's a whole different,
you know, because of that controversy, and part of it too, I guess, is because she's a raccoon and she was a kid and she leveled up, became an adult. I don't know. There's like this whole thing about it. But
I saw this really absurd tweet from someone was like, "Oh, Raphtalia won." Best girl in anime awards. It just shows that all you weebs out there are a bunch of furries, and I was like,
no, that's not fair. Dude. I mean, like, what's the difference between Raphtalia and a cat girl? You know, like,
well, like Raphtalia and like who's that girl from Spice Wolf?
Holo.
Yes,
there's no difference, and you guys are crazy.
Yeah,
this doesn't make you a furry. You know, and besides being a furry, like, wouldn't she be like an actual like animal, like anthropomorphic animal?
And then someone made a point saying, okay, if you're gonna act like that, then don't act like Beastars is like the greatest thing right now, because I remember you guys were talking about how
Beastars is great.
Yeah, Beastars is like amazing.
But that's another topic for a different time. Well, but anyway,
was Beastars like the? Okay, I'm sorry.
So we're going into a tangent. So back to best girls. So Raphtalia to me, I personally, aside from like all the hate, if you disconnect from all of that, I honestly thought Raphtalia winning wasn't terrible, as some people make it seem, because to me Raphtalia, she was kind. You know, she grew up as a slave, and then she became a slave, and then now Fumi saved her, and you know all she did was support him and everything that he did, because you know she saw him as like, I guess, a love interest and also kind of like a father figure at some point. I don't know. That's kind of a weird.
I like to see them as more like father. I like when Naofumi says like you're more like children to me. I like that.
Yeah, but she sees them as a man. But anyway, again, that's another topic. But to me, Raphtalia wasn't bad because she was just a wholesome good girl, you know, for the entire series.
And she does her best in fights, and I like that. I like women that could fight.
To be honest, like many other people, I thought Nezuko was gonna win this. I'm glad that she didn't, because like many other people, I believe all she is right now is just a moe blob. And
that's one thing. That's one thing I noticed. Like when I watched Demon Slayers, she's fought a little bit, and I like that. But then so far, she's just sat in the box and come out, and it was just because I'm at like episode like 15 or 16. So what I think so far is like she's just there for more comedic
she's
relief
she's
for that
mostly
yellow dude.
yeah, and she's mostly in the box.
Yeah,
she's mostly in the box. She's barely in the series. So to me, I'm glad that Nezuko didn't win. To some of you all out there, sure, she may be your best girl, but I honestly don't think she's done enough to warrant that.
Out of these two, personally, I know like I say Raftalia just like make people mad because I love Shield Hero. I'm just like ha ha ha, but in my opinion, out of all of these girls, the two that stick out for me that would have been great best girls is Chika and Emma. More so Emma, in my opinion, because Emma really sticks out to me in Promised Neverland because she legit wants to do
she's so happy.
The right
She's
thing.
Such a good girl.
Right, she's a very good girl, and she does her best to go against like the possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Not to spoil Promised Neverland too much, but the thing is, when she's faced with that whole wall of we cannot do anything like for everyone, we can't save everyone, it's either ourselves or them, and she's like, no, I'm gonna do what I can, the best of my ability, to make sure I could save every single person here, or like, like that feeling of just like, I know it's impossible, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
And that's really that valiant effort kind of always like sticks to me. I'm just like, man, like it's hopeless, but she's gonna make it happen. And does she make it happen? Well, you guys are gonna have to watch. Chika, man,
she's so ganky,
dude. Like
she's so ganky.
So I love Kaguya-sama like overall, but Chika really made the show for me. And like of course, everyone talks about the dance thing at the end, and like, oh look, she's so thick and all that. I love that little clip of her like slapping around the emo guy for making fun of how like busty she is, about like, oh, she can't do archery because she's so busty, and she's like, oh, like that. It's like she's got a lot of great moments I never get sick of watching. So out of those two would be my choices. So for me, in reality, I am very shocked that Raftalia won, but in my mind I'm just like, well, I like Shield Hero and she's cool,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think I voted for Chika because I like Chika too.
Nice.
I'm just saying that I'm not really mad about Raftalia winning like other people.
Right.
Though I would have preferred Chika to win.
Who's this Carol? How is Carol?
So Carol, from Carol on Tuesday, she was from that one. Well, I mean, it's Carol on Tuesday. She's one of the main characters. I think she was on here because she's so supportive of her friend, but other than that, I don't know. I feel kind of weird just saying like Carol's best girl, where I feel like they're kind of more of a duo. They kind of pair together. One isn't as strong without the other, sort of thing. I don't know. That's all I can really say about her. She
You're not selling
cool,
that anime too well to me.
It's not a bad anime. I mean, it's directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, so
also good music.
Bebop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of good music, we're gonna move on to best score. So for me, I love having good music in an anime, so I always try to keep up with like what series have like the best music. And so the nominees for best score were, you got Sawano for Attack on Titan, Maki for Carol on Tuesday, Go Shina and Yuki Kajiura from Demon Slayer, and then you got Tatsuya Kato, Hirokai remix.
You're butchering all this.
I'm butchering all this.
You want me to read it?
Sure, you read it.
Tatsuya Kato, Hiroaki Tsutsumi, and Yuki Kanesaka for Dr. Stone.
I'm usually good at this.
Yugo Kano for JoJo, and then Kevin Pinkin for Shield Hero.
I thought you said Yoko Kano. I was like, Yoko Kano did JoJo? That is
Yugo Kano.
Yugo Kano. Probably related.
And the winner is
Carol on Tuesday and
Maki for Carol on Tuesday.
Maki for Carol on Tuesday.
I feel like you can't really talk about this that much. So
I can't. I'm sorry.
One of the ones that I kind of wanted to win was Hiroyuki Sawano for Attack on Titan, because how do you beat Hiroyuki Sawano, and like in those intense moments, and then like that music that's playing in the back, just
right,
amazing.
So when they need best score, this is like the best soundtrack of the
overall
entire anime.
I would assume overall.
Okay, overall.
And then I guess the winner for this was Moki for Carol on Tuesday, and to be honest, I think well deserved.
It looks like an anime that's just centered around music.
So it is. It has to have a good soundtrack. And the thing I liked is that, like if you just listen to the opening and the ending and just like the music in between, like throughout the series, like it may not necessarily hit for you in ways that like say you listen to a specific genre, you're gonna find that genre somewhere in this series.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and I just thought it was very diverse. It was very cool. Like I think they even pulled in a hip hop artist. I forgot who it was, but there was a hip hop artist that did the music for one of the characters, and I just think in general, I think Carol and Tuesday, this was actually well deserved. I thought it was the most unique out of everything in the in this category. As much as I liked Hiroyuki Sawano in AOT season 3, right. Carol and Tuesday was just very unique for this category, and I just enjoyed it.
I assume for all these anime series, the music's going to stick out for only certain moments throughout the series, such as like crucial like fight scenes or like death scenes or like something with really dramatic. So, because those are like times where you really notice the music. No dialogue, something's going on. That's when you really hone in on it. And again, haven't seen Carol and Tuesday, but for a music anime where everything's about music, it'd be kind of weird if it didn't go to them. But don't you think that's kind of like cheating? Like an anime about music, of course it's gonna win best score.
No, I don't think it's cheating at all, because if
this was pitted against
if it didn't win or didn't get nominated, then then something's wrong.
Right. So what if there were like other anime series that focused on music that are all in this category? That's where it would get interesting, and that's what I want to see. Like obviously like Euphonium and Count didn't air during this time, but imagine like pinning all those together to see which one had the best score kind of deal.
Sure.
So, yeah.
We're not experts in music, so we're gonna move on to the next category. So best director. So best director, we have Tetsuro Araki for Attack on Titan season 3. Kiyotaka Suzuki for Babylon, Shinichiro Watanabe and Motonbu Hori for Carol and Tuesday, Yuzuru Tachikawa for Mob Psycho, Kunihiko Ikuhara for Sarazanmai, and then Shuhei Yabuta for Vinland Saga. And the winner for best director was Tetsuro Araki and Masashi Koizuka for Attack on Titan season 3.
Well deserved?
I think it was well deserved. I honestly think so. For me, AOT season 3, Mob Psycho, and Vinland Saga were all very well directed. I didn't watch Sarazanmai, so I can't really say anything about that. Carol and Tuesday was good. I mean, Shinichiro Watanabe is usually pretty good with his direction, and I did enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the other series. And I didn't watch Babylon at all, so I can't speak on that. Whatever.
Yeah, there's not much to say about best director, honestly, and not unless you're really knowledgeable on all the other directors and their work kind of deal. For me right now, the only one I'm really familiar with is Shinichiro Watanabe. But, you can't really be biased when...
Yeah, again, another category we're not super knowledgeable on, but in my opinion, I think this category was well-deserved.
I mean, let's be honest, I don't think anyone that's judging the Anime Awards is the most knowledgeable about anything. Ha, right? We all know.
It's okay to not know things.
Exactly. You guys voted for this, not us. So I don't think anyone was really mad about that one. Oh, this is one I was kind of looking forward to, actually. So this one's best character design. Let's see if I can find it. Who won?
No. I'll just... While you're finding it. So, best character design. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, you go.
So, best character design, we got Tsunenori Saito, original character design by Aisaku Kubunochi for Carol and Tuesday. Oh, there's Carol and Tuesday again. Satoshi Iwataki, original character design by Hiroyuki Asada for Dororo, Yuko Iwasawa for Dr. Stone, Yuko Yahiro, the original character design by Akasaka for Kaguya-sama Love's War, Kayoko Ishikawa, original character design by Migi for Sarazanmai, and then Takahiko Abiru.
God, you're really butchering it today.
That's fine. I mean, it shows I don't watch anime anymore. Original character design by Makoto Yukimura for Vinland Saga. So, right off the bat, if I were to look at all the 6 of these, the one that looks the most aesthetic to me personally is Kaguya. Or Vinland Saga. Both of those, for some reason, just look at the cover. Obviously, the cover is not enough to tell about the entire anime. But those two I like right off the bat. But the winner was Satoshi Iwataki and the original character design by Hiroyuki Asada for Dororo. So, what do you think of that?
I like it. I mean, if you know Dororo at all, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if you know Dororo. So Dororo,
you personally know him.
So Dororo was actually an older series before. There were older character designs by Osamu Tezuka. I think I'm butchering the name. But it's the same. No, I just don't really remember the name. Oh, okay. I should though, because it's the same person who created Astro Boy. Oh. And so from going from his old designs and modernizing it to these new designs to fit the narrative a lot better, I think it was a major improvement, and so I think Dororo is well deserved.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Oh, I have not much to say about that. Because with character designs, I always think that it's supposed to be... It's hard choosing best character design in terms of just... We have a bunch of action series. Of course, the characters are gonna look cool for an action series. But then, out of the blue, you have Carol and Tuesday. It's just normal human beings. When you look at normal human beings, you're just like, oh, that's cool. But then you look...
Carol and Tuesday had really interesting character designs overall.
I'd have to watch the series a lot more. The weird one to me was Dr. Stone, just because the main character, Dr. Stone, his hair... It's just like...
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have voted Dr. Stone at all.
Exactly. It's just like, why is he here?
Yeah, and everyone's wearing, the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's wearing little to no clothes and, has, crazy hairstyles kind of deal. I think with me, the hair design for some characters needs to be, aesthetic looking. I like the way that guy's hair looks. Whatever that guy's name is.
Hyakkimaru,
thank you. I was going to call him Dororo, but I was like...
No, Dororo is the smaller one.
Oh, that's him? Well, he's got great hair, too. Good for him.
Yeah,
Good for him. And next, we're looking at Best Protagonist. You could take this one just because I'm terrible at reading.
All right.
It's the main characters.
Best Protagonist.
Damn it.
Emma in Promised Neverland. Hyakkimaru in Dororo. Saitama in One Punch Man. Senku in Dr. Stone. Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. And Toru Honda from Fruits Basket.
Oh, Fruits Basket got a nomination.
Yeah, and our winner is Senku from Dr. Stone.
Science, bitch.
Science. This category to me was tough. Personally, I don't think I would have chosen Senku. I would have chosen either Emma, Hyakkimaru, and maybe even Tanjiro or Toru. It was a stacked category, but I personally would not have chosen Senku. Not that he's a bad protag or anything. I didn't favor him as much as the others.
Well, why is Saitama in here? He's the same as usual from last season. It's just he's the comedic, super strong guy.
To be honest, he was barely in season 2.
That's my thing.
He was kind of in season 2.
Right. A lot of season 2 focuses more on all the other S-class heroes now.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch season 2 just because I heard meh things about it. The animation was cut back. But going past that, Saitama was really kind of low key during that time. Hell, I was rooting for all my favorite characters Metal Bat and oh my gosh, what's the name of that guy?
Moomin Rider?
Moomin Rider in them. But I don't know, that was just really small tangent. I feel like you could have filled Saitama in with someone else.
Yeah. I don't know. I think at least to me, Emma was a very strong contender in this because you were talking about her before, she just wanted what was best for her family. A lot of the choices that she made and her character throughout Promised Neverland was great, and I think that she would have been a good choice for the winner. Same thing for Hyakkimaru. He went through a lot. You definitely saw his struggle throughout the series, so I definitely think as a protag he would have been good. I don't know. I'm not super happy with Senku as a winner, but what can you do? It's already happened.
And whatever happens, happens. All right. Next is, since we're just talking about protagonists, we're now going to look at best antagonists. So the category here, best antagonist, we have the contenders are Magase in Babylon. I should watch that. Angela in Carol and Tuesday. Askeladd in Vinland Saga. Askeladd?
Yeah, that's actually how you pronounce it. Askeladd.
Interesting. Garu in One Punch Man Season 2, Technique, Isabella in Promised Neverland, and Overhaul from My Hero Season 4. So this is the first time I see My Hero nomination so far, which is kind of surprising, but we saw how they did one year, sweeping, so it's kind of okay. So Best Antagonist went to Isabella in Promised Neverland, which, I think that's out of everyone here, in terms of who I'm very familiar with, I'm familiar with Isabella, Overhaul, and Garu. The other three I'm not too familiar with. But the thing is, Isabella in Promised Neverland, when I was reading it and watching it, overall just terrifying, you know, and like that huge like light and dark kind of deal, you know, and like so motherly. And you know, mothers, they tend to be like very caring, but then when you find out the truth about Isabella, it just freaks you out, especially during the points where she's really good, you know, biting down on the children kind of deal. So interesting choice. Out of everyone in here, I probably would not have had, you know, Garu in there. He's just like, I don't know, One Punch Man like getting nominations to me is kind of like right now, like, yeah, they have a season 2, and the season 2 arc is like all right, but that's the only one that sticks out to me, is kind of like, what are you doing here kind of deal. Because if you're gonna have a good antagonist, you can't just have someone who's just overall strong and that's it. You need to have ideals that kind of push you to maybe be like, oh, you know what, this antagonist, he's kind of talking some good sense right here, you know what I mean. Isabella's just doing her job. And I don't know, what do you think?
I think Isabella was a good choice for the winner. Like you said, she was very terrifying. You know, she had these, when the kids found out, she had like this, like pretty much everything she did had ulterior motives. You know, she was kind of like, you know, mother knows best sort of thing. And I think overall, like, I'm not disappointed in the choice for Isabella, though I would have also been very happy if Ashalad won. So
this is where a lot of people were talking, saying that he should have won.
So Ashalad from Vinland Saga, if you watched it, he was an amazing antagonist. He's one of those antagonists that like you needed him there with the protagonist, and they like complemented each other very well. Really? With the protagonist, he became a better character, and throughout the series, like, you kind of just root for him, for not the protagonist, the antagonist.
Wow.
Like, I think you definitely need to watch Vinland Saga. Ashalad was definitely one of my favorite characters from that series, and I would not have been disappointed if he won. I actually would have been really happy. Like you said, Garo, I wasn't... he's an okay character. He has very simple motives to me. You know, just kill the heroes.
See that I agree with. Like, an antagonist needs to have just good motives. Yeah, you know, if it's too simple, it's kind of like, okay, you're just another enemy.
Yeah, to me, Ashalad and Isabella were very multifaceted. They were very multidimensional, and you know, there was more to them than just what you saw. Overhaul, to me, I'm okay with. Like, I didn't think he was like the best antagonist either.
Right.
I don't know who Imagase is from Babylon. I didn't watch Babylon. And then Angela from Carol on Tuesday, I would say that she is multidimensional, though she is a lot weaker as an antagonist in comparison to Isabella and Ashalad. I guess the next category is...
Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
No, you're good.
I was like, oh god, hurry!
The next category is Best Fight Scene. And so our nominees for this were Emperor Crimson versus Metallic from JoJo, Levi versus the Beast Titan, Mob versus Toichiro, Tanjiro and Nezuko versus Rui, Thorfinn versus Thorkel, and then Ushi Wakamaru and Tiamat in Fate Grand Order. And our winner for this was Tanjiro Nezuko versus Rui in Demon Slayer. I'm not surprised that this one won. This is the one where episode 19 was trending everywhere, and because of that one scene.
I heard you in the background when I was like chilling in our room, and I hear her go, "Whoa, whoa!" I'm just like, "What are you watching?"
But yeah, this was a good fight for the most part. Like that episode and that scene on its own was very beautiful. It was like, it had so much emotion in that scene. You know, it was a good fight, and I'm not mad per se that it won, but I would have, in my opinion...
I just want to see JoJo on the board.
Yeah, I mean, JoJo would have been nice.
Crimson and Metallica, like, come on. Like, that was such a
because that fight was fine. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I was a big fan of that as a best fight scene sort of thing.
True.
Levi versus Beast Titan was more of a one-sided massacre. I don't know if you would consider that a fight, but it was very, very like hype worthy. Mob versus Toichiro, that was a big fight. So I think Mob should have won this because just a lot of the fights in Mob were just crazy in general.
For fight scenes, do you try to look more at like choreograph or just animation?
I think a combination of everything. So like, example, what one best fight scene maybe like 2 years ago was the All Might versus All For One fight.
Right.
But to me, that was less of a fight, but more of a moment.
Agreed.
And that's why I kind of like, I'm okay with Tanjiro and Nezuko and versus Rui winning, because it was a fight. But at the same time, I don't know if people are mistaking that fight for like the moment, because like overall, it was still a decent fight, but what shown in that was that one moment, you know?
Right. So it's kind of like a person punching someone that's supposed to represent or symbolize something isn't much of a fight. A fight is supposed to be two people going at it.
Yeah, so
there has to be an allotted time of them actually fighting.
I don't know if it was on the board for that same year, but it was the one in Boruto where it was like Naruto and Sasuke versus some guy, and that should have won best fight that year. That fight choreography was great. The animation was amazing. You know, just like the whole like how crazy it was. Like that was a great fight. Some of this stuff doesn't fit well in that category, or at least doesn't hit me the same way. More so Mob Psycho though, it does.
Right. So there should be another category other than best fight scene to be like best moment. That's too general. Because a best moment could be romantic.
Yeah, so it's hard. Like a lot of things could be put in that category, but I mean, I could see why this stuff is put in best fight scene. But I don't know. I'm like, about the winner. I think it could have gone to Mob or something.
Right. I know. I remember like one of my favorite fight scenes was like Kakashi versus Obito and Shippuden. Mm-hmm. Like it was them just doing taijutsu hand-to-hand combat, and I just love hand-to-hand combat kind of deal, to the point where you're just like, whoa dude, look at that, you know, it seems so real, so fluid kind of deal. But with the All Might fight, it was just one giant punch.
That's it. It was more of a moment than a fight.
I mean, One Punch Man could do the same thing. Is that a fight? Oh, it's just one big punch. Good fight.
So I think fight choreography does have a lot to do with it.
Right. So that'd be nice if Naruto made an appearance in here, but it's a little too late for that. So next is best couple. So we have Baki Hanma. Baki. Oh yeah, Baki aired that year. My bad. Baki Hanma and Kozue Matsumoto and Baki. Kaguya and Miyuki from Kaguya-sama. Mafuyu Sato and Ritsuka Uenoyama in Given. Ryu and Mabu in Sarazanmai. Rika and Shun in O Maidens in Your Savage Season.
That was good.
Oh, okay. And Ymir and Historia in Attack on Titan 3. And the winner, not surprisingly, Kaguya, because they are so thirsty for each other. I love it. I love the concept of Kaguya. So Kaguya ran. It's just like they already want each other, but that whole concept of like I want you to give in first was so weird to me. And I'm just like, okay, basically you two are so tsundere.
It's funny though, because like the best couple wasn't necessarily a couple. They're not really a couple.
Yes, exactly. They never made it officially. So it's kind of
so does that disqualify? No.
It's one of those things where it's like in this category we just wanted that to happen. Yeah. Just like with all the other couples, like even if they never really resuscitate like each other's love, it's one of those things where like like they're together.
Did you say resuscitate each other? You mean reciprocate?
Yes, resuscitate each other. Just how much sleep I've gone today. I'm working on it. I'm not pronouncing things right and I'm mixing words around. It's fine. Anyway.
Wait, I didn't say anything about this category.
I'm done.
Why are you trying to move on?
We'll keep talking. I'm trying to find the next one. These are lined up.
Wait, I can't see that. Let me see the people in this, the nominees. So I think that this one was another good win for Kaguya-sama. I mean, I loved Kaguya-sama. As soon as I watched it, it was like in my top 10. But from what I've heard, the Given couple, Mafuyu Sato and Ritsuka Uenoyama, I heard that was a good one too. I heard in general Given was really good. I know my girlfriend voted for Given. So I don't think I would have been mad if Given won. And then O Maidens in Your Savage Season, that the couple of Rika and Shun, sure, it's okay. I mean, I didn't care for the couple that much. I mean, I still like the series. Right.
But that's the last thing you think about when you think about it.
Yeah, I didn't really care about that couple that much.
Ouch.
Baki, I didn't watch. Sarazanmai, I also did not watch. And then Ymir and Historia,
Like,
so I don't really have much to say. So
I don't watch Attack on Titan for the couples. Those few
series, I guess
I don't look at.
That's true. That's kind of what I'm going for.
Right.
So yeah, Kaguya-sama, good job. Y'all just need to get together. One of you just needs to lose already.
Dude, it's not losing if you're getting a significant other. Come on.
But the one who declares the love first loses.
So you're saying in my relationship I lost?
Yes.
Oh God! Hey,
what a loser!
Hey, Dad, look at me. All right, best comedy. We have Agretzko. How heavy are the dumbbells you lift? Isekai Quartet. Kaguya, Sarazanmai, and my roommate is a cat. That sounds pretty funny. And the winner is Kaguya. Let's go back to back. Let's go, Kaguya-sama. But I will say, Agretzko would have been a really strong second, in my opinion. I love Agretzko.
Agretzko season 2. I don't know. I don't think season 2 was as funny as season 1.
It was counting season 2.
Well, I mean, that's what the image is showing. Season 2, because season 1 showed earlier.
My bad.
I mean, so to me, Agretzko is good. I love Agretzko.
Yeah.
I don't think season 2 is as strong as season 1 to me, and the comedy I don't think hit as well. So
okay,
I definitely like Kaguya-sama Love is War. Like, I was cracking up almost every episode.
Right.
Danbaru was funny. I mean, but it was kind of the same jokes.
Yes, the same shtick. Just muscles, can't do it, want to eat. Mm-hmm. Look how thick she is.
I didn't know Sarazanmai was a comedy, so I have nothing to say about that.
A lot of people complain about Isekai Quartet because it's just getting all these popular series and putting them together. And then obviously they're interacting with each other because these are all isekais. But I think it's one of those meta ones where like that's
it was very meta.
Yeah, and so does meta mean like super funny? I don't know. Like,
I think there were some episodes that were funny, but I don't. I think the one that just shines here the most is Kaguya-sama.
Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad they won back to back. Here we go. Will they get 3? I don't know. I still don't know all the winners.
So then our next category is best drama. And our nominees were Stars Align, Carol and Tuesday, Promised Neverland, Fruits Basket, Vinland Saga, and Babylon. And our winner was Vinland Saga. And I'm not surprised, and I think it was well deserved. Vinland Saga was just outstanding to watch. It was very dramatic. And I do think you should watch it. Again, I'm going to plug that in there again. And if you haven't watched it, those watching / listening should watch it.
What else are you going to plug in there?
Wouldn't you like to know? This is ASMR podcast now.
Oh, you lost. Oh, you're trying to put something.
Anyway, drama.
Oh, God.
So Stars Align, I saw was very good. I would not have been mad if that one either. From the scenes that I've seen from my girlfriend when she was watching it, it looked really well done. There was a scene in there talking about transgenderism, I believe. Oh. And I think just in general, this series tackled those topics very well. And so I would not have been mad if that one. Carol and Tuesday, I would not consider that much. There's so much Carol and Tuesday. I'm very surprised, honestly. But Carol and Tuesday, I probably wouldn't have put on there. Promised Neverland was less of a drama, more of a thriller.
It's more of a horror thriller.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have put that in drama. Fruits Basket, that's definitely a drama. And
I thought it was a rom-com, man.
It's it's romance with drama. Oh. Like, it has some comedy in there, but it's also still a drama.
Okay.
I think that was deserved to be a nominee. I would have been, I guess, okay if that one too. And then Babylon, I like I said, I haven't seen.
Let us know if we should watch Babylon.
Yeah. But Vinland Saga, watch it. It was really good. I think best drama, well deserved.
Sorry, scrolling through it.
And then I guess while you're scrolling, best fantasy. So we got Demon Slayer, Sarazanmai, Ascendance of a Bookworm, Attack on Titan Season 3, Promised Neverland, and Astra Lost in Space. And our winner was Promised Neverland.
I can see that.
Yeah, I would consider it a fantasy.
Yeah, but it's like it's not a fantasy that everyone wants.
Yeah, it's not a fantasy I'd want to be in.
I don't fantasize about these horrors that are happening in this house.
Yeah, watch Promised Neverland. We don't want to spoil that for you, because that's the worst thing someone can do for you, is spoil the very beginning of Promised Neverland.
Ascendance of a Bookworm. Did you watch that?
I have no idea what that is.
I like the cover of that one. Oh, that one looks fun. I don't know what to say about this one, honestly. I guess we just...
Let's just keep going.
Let's just keep going. So
let's just keep going.
The one thing I want to note though is you are right. Demon Slayer has a huge presence in here because it's almost been in like every category.
Yeah.
So it had the possibility of like sweeping a bunch of these, but I know that's such a weird thing where it's like, oh, if something wins too much, we end up hating it, kind of deal. So it's like
scroll down.
Oh, it's down
right there. No, up, right there.
Best opening.
So best opening, we got "Kiss Me."
Oh, okay.
From
okay.
From Carol and Tuesday, "Touch Off," Promissory Land, 99.9 Mob Psycho, "Kawaki no Ameku" from Domekano, what? Inferno from Fire Force, and Mukanjyo from Vinland Saga. So the winner was 99.9 from Mob Psycho, and I think that was also well deserved. I thought some of the choices here for nominees was good. Like, I actually think Carol and Tuesday being in the OP was really best OP category is very fitting. That opening was very nice. Like the it's very whimsical, very happy. It puts you into a positive mood, and I thought that was a good opening. Like, it's a very strong contender in this category.
Do you look for music more in an opening or visuals?
Both, honestly. Like, if you have good music and bad visuals, I mean, I'm only gonna like you for the music. If you have good visuals, bad music, I'm not gonna enjoy the visuals as much because the music sucks.
So it's like
you need to have both.
So it's like 70% music, 30% visuals.
10% contrary power of will.
And 100% reasons to remember that.
No, I don't know. I definitely think it's evenly matched. Like, you need to have good visuals and good music. You need them to go hand in hand. And I think Mob Psychos was really good in that regard. Honestly, as much as people hate Fire Force, like, I'm not a big fan of Fire Force either. Inferno was a good opening. I love that music. And just the animation was great, too. Would you say
that the music was fire? Check out my mixtape. All right.
We're moving on.
I mean, this really does feel like the Crunchyroll Awards. A lot of awkward silence, you know.
Best ending sequence.
Well, I honestly would have put. Side note, going back to best openings, I would have put Kaguya's opening.
Oh yes, I 100% agree.
The love is the war.
Love is war. Love is war. Love is war.
I'm just like, dude,
that was great. It was like the whole sequence was like a James Bond spy opening.
Because they're
people needed to appreciate that more. Like, I was surprised it was not in the best opening category.
I'd say give it a nomination. But like, if it won it, that'd be like, whoa, awesome.
It was a great opening.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs out of the season. Again, haven't watched everything though. Then again, I love the Shield Hero first part of the season OP. That's just me though.
Anyway, going to best ending.
Best ending. So, nominees: Hold Me Now in Carol and Tuesday, Chikato Chica Chica in Kaguya-san Love is War. So I'm under the assumption that was the Chica dancing.
Yeah.
That's cheating. Torches in Vinland Saga, Stand By Me in Saga Zanmai, Vel in Fire Force, and Sayonara Goko in Dororo. Hello? Anyway, so best ending goes to 3P Kaguya! Let's go! So that's what probably what a lot of people went through when Kaguya was airing, because it was like episode 3 or 4 where that ending happened, where you see Chica dancing. Mm-hmm. That was linked to me by a lot of people, and it just took the whole anime community by storm for like a week.
People were like copying this dance. People were like, "How did they do this?" People learned about rotoscoping.
Yeah, for the first time, as if it was new. And so I will say, watching that was very alluring. Just watching your dance, I was like, "Wow, this is really well done."
And it was a great ending,
and the music was catchy too. And so, but the thing is, like, all the second ending that they had for the rest of the series was that. So I'm a little skeptical of that. How like they had just one ending and then like a bunch of other ones. It's almost as if like for ending series for an anime you could have like 12 different endings and be like, okay, if one of these is like a banger, we could get a nomination. Like, that's cheating.
If we put in multiple endings, one of them has to make it
in the anime awards. But then again, I'm still very happy that the Kaguya ending won for that one. For all the other ones, what do you think? Not much to say about ending sequences. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, don't hate me, but I
already do hate you.
Shut the hell up. I do watch ending sequences sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes when the episode's over, I kind of just move on to the next episode or something. Like, it's not that I don't want to listen to ending sequence. It's just I want to get to the next episode, you know? So I don't have too much to say about ending sequences, though, like we were talking about, the Chica dance took the world by storm, and so I think that it deserves the best ending sequence.
So what if this starts like a trend where, like, if you have like a really, like, if you want to have a good ending that sticks out, you need to have like amazing animation of them dancing.
I mean,
so that's what you
there was the tennis, the one that we were just talking about, Stars Align. The ending had the dancing, but then it turns out they took the choreography without permission from other dancers. That was rotoscoped or something.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, so a lot of people are like, holy crap, like 2 seasons in a row we have good endings. Like, so I believe it was Stars Align. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was dancing in the ending, and people are like, oh man, this is amazing. And then it turns out people found out that it was rotoscoped off of other people's choreography. I think rotoscoped. I don't know if it was rotoscoped, but it was off of other people's choreography. And then those choreographers were just like, hey, no one asked me if you could use this or anything. Right. Like, I'm not getting credit or anything.
Yeah, I didn't know dance choreographs would be... Well, it is something that you created. Yeah. Right.
You can't just take that.
Well... No wonder why that kid who invented flossing was trying to sue Fortnite.
Well, I mean, there's a difference.
Okay.
Like I agree with the Fortnite thing where you should like pay the creators sort of thing, but you know it's hard because it's like literally one dance move, whereas the ending for Stars Align was a chain of different moves. You know, like so it was actual choreography.
Their entire like work.
Yes.
Okay, I can agree with that, man. Sorry, I was just.
That's another tangent. Anyway, on to the next thing.
Best performance by a voice actor, English. Bah. I'm just kidding. Here, yeah. No, I'll take this. No, you take. No.
Okay, Faye Mata as Aqua and Konosuba, Billy Kometz as Naofumi and Shield Hero, Laura Bailey as Toru in Fruits Basket, Kyle McCarley as Mob in Mob Psycho, Casey Mongillo as Shinji in NGE, and Erica Mendez as Retsuko, not Gretzko.
NGE got a submission? Wait,
well, I mean, you have to think about it. NGE came out again in 2019.
That's not fair.
It's a weird one. Okay, but I mean, he didn't win. Our winner was Billy Kometz as Naofumi in Rising of the Shield Hero.
Congrats.
And I mean, sure.
I've heard Aqua's voice in English.
Faye Mata, yeah.
Yeah. Great.
I mean, the whole cast of Konosuba was great.
Yeah. I really like the Konosuba dub. That's something you guys should watch at one point.
I mean, other than that, like Erica Mendez as Retsuko is great too.
Yes. Especially something like that. The whole like.
I didn't watch anything else in English dub. I mean, I'm gonna put this out there now. If you watch English dub, there's nothing wrong with that. Anyone who says subs are greater than dubs or like you watch dub, you're a loser. Fuck them. Because there's nothing wrong with watching English dub. It's great. Some people actually need it versus watching sub. Like some people can't read subtitles for certain reasons. And
if you want us to do an episode on English sub or English subs and dubs and all that, let us know because we have a lot. There's an ongoing conversation that's been going on for years now in terms of like subs versus dubs, and we're pretty much on the same level of it. Just really in the end, just as long as you're watching anime, keep doing you kind of deal.
But there are bad dubs out
there. There are bad dubs, but we'll get into that one. Yeah, that's a really good episode I want to do in the future. All right, next is best performance by a Japanese voice actor.
And I'll do this because you butchered the names.
I wanted that other category because those English names.
Anyway,
redeem myself.
Yuichi Nakamura as Bruno in JoJo, Yukino Satsuki as Ai Magase in Babylon, Yuko Kaida as Isabella in Promised Neverland, Mamoru Miyano as Reo in Sarazanmai, Yusuke Kobayashi as Senku in Dr. Stone, and Sayori Hayami as Shinobu Kocho in Demon Slayer. And our winner was Yuichi Nakamura as Bruno Bucciarati.
Yes, my boy Bruno, he got one.
Bruno!
We got one. Sticky fingers! Punches zipper, open zipper. I won't do it now. Lily, do you know that's been open this entire time?
Anyway, I honestly don't have too much else to say about this category. Like, honestly,
For me, it's hard judging best like Japanese like voice actors kind of deal. Mainly because,
I mean, he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a really good job. He did a really good job. I think for me though, it's kind of hard for me to pick out whether there's a bad performance in Japanese voice acting.
I mean, it goes along with the whole like subs versus dubs topic, but like, you know, there are bad Japanese dub out there. Like you said, we can't tell, but it's because why? We don't speak Japanese, you know, so we can't tell if there's a bad dub.
Like, I remember you said you had a friend of yours that said that they tried imitating an accent in Japanese.
So, no, it was in Bunny Senpai. One of the characters has an accent, I believe. And she was watching, and she was like, man, they did a really bad job on that accent, you know? You know, like, just because they understand, so they're able to notice what is, I guess, a bad dub. And part of it, too, is, like, since we're just literally like listening to the audio and then just reading subtitles, we don't really know if it's good or bad. So I don't have too much to say about this because, you know, I just think Bruno's dope. So I'm happy that he won.
Well, he did. I just like when he says sticky fingers. So I think that in itself.
Sticky fingers.
I'm pretty sure it's the voice actor that does the stand voice as well, because it's actually them. So yeah. So that right there concludes all of the anime awards in terms of like all the nominations, the winners. So the overall show of
wait, no, we got one more.
Where is it?
You're skipping one more thing.
What is it?
Anime of the year.
I thought we already did that.
No, we didn't.
Okay, well.
So anyway, anime of the year.
Yeah.
Anime of the year nominees: Demon Slayer, Carol and Tuesday, Mob Psycho, Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season, Vinland Saga, and Promised Neverland. And the winner is Demon Slayer.
Okay, so anyway, like what I was saying.
But we got to talk about anime of the year.
Sure.
To me, Demon Slayer was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. You know, I'm excited for the movie that's coming out.
There's a movie?
The train movie.
Oh.
See, this is how out of touch you are. But anyway.
What are you going to do, sue me? Yeah.
I like Demon Slayer. Anime of the year? No, not for the couple moments that it was good. To me, anime of the year should have gone to Mob Psycho. Consistent quality throughout. Consistent animation throughout. Story, voice acting, music. This chef's kiss. Like, it was perfect. Like, I think Mob Psycho got robbed.
I'm looking at all the other nominations. And the one that does stick out is Oh Maidens, but then again, I've seen a few shots of that one. That's a comedy, right?
Kind of.
Okay, I don't know. It's for me right now. It's like out of all of these, they all seem to have like a very heavy like. They seem to really focus on more like kind of dramatic stuff from what it looks like. But the thing is, like, as someone who's only halfway watching Demon Slayer, seeing that it got Anime of the Year, obviously that does place a big like weight on it now, because now I'm just like, okay, if you want Anime of the Year, then you better surprise me these next few episodes that I'm watching, because when you look at this whole anime award thing overall, seeing all these awards going around, it doesn't really make me feel excited to watch an anime series now that you attach a Crunchyroll anime award thing on it. If you were to look at me and say, hey man, you should watch Mob Psycho 100, it got the award for best animation from the Crunchyroll awards.
Like this, like, you know, like when they put the box out there and they put like the awards that it won.
Oh man, first of all, that box is gonna be cheaper. The thing is, like, you know, it's exactly as you said. Like, sometimes when they sell movies, it says like Oscar award winning, and the thing is, it's like, yeah, cool, but is the movie good? And of course, like, of course it's good. It got an Oscar, but that's not a good selling point for me when it comes to anime awards. Is this a good anime? Oh, I don't know.
Because it's a popularity contest.
Yeah, it is a popularity contest. And in the Oscars, there's no voting system. Same with like Golden Globes and all. There's no voting system. There's just the experts discussing all this content together. And we'll get into that in like maybe another episode. But my whole problem with anime awards is that, you know, no Japanese studio wakes up one day and goes, hey, we got to make an anime that wins the anime awards. Like, no.
I mean, that's a fair statement. I don't think anyone thinks about that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these people that won these awards, you know, they're probably calling them Japan and saying, hey, you know that company Crunchyroll? Yeah, they're giving you an award. And they'll be like, arigato, and just hang up, and then they're done there.
Okay, well, you didn't watch the Crunchyroll Awards, so there were some industry people like from Japan who actually put in video messages saying like, thank you for voting for our series. You know,
good for them.
like I believe it was the director from Vinland Saga for best drama. Demon Slayer, I think one of the producers was speaking, and then I think there was one more, but like there were industry guests speaking and saying thank you for these awards. I agree with you in the fact that like no one wakes up and says like, hey, we need to make an anime that'll win the Crunchyroll Awards. I agree with you on that. Though I do think to some extent they're grateful. They are grateful for winning this award, because to them Crunchyroll is probably like their liaison for bringing anime to the West, and to this probably means something to them to some extent, where it's like, hey, you know, like the fans from overseas really enjoy our series, that they voted for us, they voted for this, you know, so I think to some extent they do care, but not to the point where it's like, hey, I need to wake up and make anime of the year for Crunchyroll. Right.
Or like, oh man, this director has won, you know, 6 anime award things for this kind of thing, and like that adds to his resume. Not saying it like it doesn't, but it's always like a nice note to add. So another thing like that I'm really fascinated for in the future is, I think it'd be cool if like, so to my knowledge, there are 2 types like awards right now. We have Crunchyroll awards, and then Reddit likes to do their own awards, which I myself like don't keep up with as well. But the thing is like, I wonder if like in Japan they do the same thing, because they do like weekly popularity contests all the time, especially Shonen Jump. Like, here's the best boy of like the week, and it just always changes kind of deal. And I'm pretty sure they have the same system of voting multiple times. So I always want something to be more like open, because it feels like this Crunchyroll thing is still really niche, really small. And I just want to know who are the experts that are in charge of choosing the nominations.
Sure. Because we actually bring a good point, because to me, I saw Carol and Tuesday a lot in these categories. Carol and Tuesday did not deserve, not saying it didn't deserve, sorry. I was very surprised to see Carol and Tuesday in a lot of these categories. And so part of me wants to think like, hey, did someone like pay someone to put these...
you saw that Netflix logo at the top left when he...
So like I'm not hating Carol and Tuesday. I enjoyed it. But I was very surprised to see it in all these categories. Like, it was very well represented in this awards.
Is there a series from last year that you thought to yourself, wow, they didn't get any nominations, or they should have got more... They should have got a little bit more recognition kind of deal?
I don't know if it was last year, if it was 2018. I'm probably mixing it up. But this kind of... Something I also have an issue with these awards is that it's very geared towards all these seasonals, and I do have a One Piece bias, but this is kind of a bit looking objectively with some subjective thoughts in there. There was the fight for Luffy versus Katakuri, and that was one of the greatest fights in One Piece, and I don't think it gets recognized. Like, I guess in general what I'm trying to say is that like, there are series that do get overlooked for certain things, probably because of all the hype, or because people like to think about all the seasonals only,
right,
as opposed to the ongoing series.
Because it looks like as far as they went, the only thing that got far was like My Hero Season 4, which means people are still keeping up with My Hero.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you have other shonens that are still long running till this day that don't really get a look in like these awards kind of deals. Yeah. You're saying, because like, you know, people might be thinking, oh, One Piece had a great scene. Well, the thing is, I gotta watch all of One Piece, so you're out of the running for the anime awards.
I can see that.
And I do want to see like what their exact rules are for these awards as well.
But we'll never really know.
Yeah, we'll never know. And at the same time, it's just I guess for me, it's like who are the ones that are in charge like of like mapping all this out, and like have they watched everything? That's the thing you have to realize.
I mean, you haven't watched everything. I haven't watched everything.
Exactly, and on top of that, with One Piece too, it's like, hey, we need to take account of One Piece. We need to take account of Gintama, all the movies. When you really think about it, there is a lot to like keep up with.
I'm actually surprised there weren't any movies in here.
Yeah, like I thought there would have been like a best anime movie of the year, because there were quite a few movies that came out last year. You have Stampede. You had. Did Broly movie come out last year or the year before that?
I think it was last. It might have been last year. I think it was last year, and even, I think the Pancreas movie came out too. Like, it wasn't like
I want to eat your
Pancreas wasn't like the best movie, but like I would have at least wanted to see a movie represented in here somewhere, or even like a best film or something.
Yeah. But we usually see those in like, you know, actual other award ceremonies. But
so I guess to kind of tie in what you're saying now is I get what you're saying, where it's like, you know, who really cares at the end of the day about the Crunchyroll Awards and like what it means, and you know, who would wake up one morning to make an anime for Crunchyroll Awards sort of thing. But the thing I do appreciate about the Crunchyroll Awards is that it's giving a space for anime to be recognized where it fails to be recognized in, say, like the Oscars or whatever big award ceremonies over here.
Right.
Because anime does get snubbed a lot because it's foreign, because it's quote unquote Chinese cartoons, you know.
And you got to read subtitles. You know, that Korean director, when he said about
Parasite.
Parasite.
So it does get snubbed a lot, and I do appreciate Crunchyroll for giving anime this space to be recognized.
Right.
The only thing is, though, y'all gotta make that show more entertaining, because there were a lot of awkwardness, and you know,
that rap though, anime rap.
It wasn't as cringy as you make it seem to be.
Okay. Personally, I didn't like it. I was like,
I can see why people don't like it.
It seems like, okay, so for this is like my subjective like taste. It seems like a rap that would have like showcased in like the Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, like like a really clean rap.
It was all in good fun, and I don't think it was as bad as people made it seem to be. It was fun. Right. I mean, is it my favorite thing ever? Nah. Will I meme the shit out of it? Probably.
Always. Memes are great.
But yeah, I just think a lot of the awards was kind of off. Like Xavier Woods doing the hosting, I thought that was kind of cool. But his laugh, man, like it was. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with his laugh, but it's like it's the one thing I remember hearing throughout the entire awards ceremony, and oh man, I don't know. I think the award show itself is still in its very awkward early phases until it potentially may get bigger. Yeah, because they also brought in YouTubers and stuff, and some of the YouTubers weren't as knowledgeable as others. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you could tell like the difference between like who had more knowledge versus others.
I feel like at that point it's just like, where do you think they're more focused on making more content for their channel, be more knowledgeable on like anime and stuff like that, because there is a lot to keep up with. Yeah. And I'm always surprised at how much people know in terms of anime. It's down to their staff, directors, and all their track records. Yeah. My only last thing is like, I noticed that all these shows are pretty tame in terms of things. There needs to be an ecchi category. There needs to be a hentai category. There needs to be
probably not
hentai award show. Faku, get on it.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Like, if you're talking about hentai in the Crunchy, I don't think that would fly. That would not fly at all.
Absolutely not.
But if there was a Faku Awards,
like, dude,
that'd be dope.
Like best dojin, and like all the categories, like best tit, best body.
But that's another episode. That's a topic for a different episode.
Let us know if you guys want us to do like ecchi episodes or discuss stuff like that, because I could go on for hours and it won't stop coming, and it won't stop coming, and it won't stop coming. And sorry, keep going. Anything else you want to say?
And it won't stop coming. All right, I think that's it for our Crunchyroll episode.
Great, yeah, I'm gonna check out all these series. Yeah.
So
yeah, sure.
Cough.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Later.